watched a commentary YouTuber comment on commentary YouTube, and I have some comments. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. What do y'all think of my new background? I'm an island gal. Wagwan, wagwan. Yes, that's right. I know a little bit of patois. Okay, so a creator named Duthy posted a YouTube video criticizing commentary YouTube. The video is titled, "Commentary is Low-Key Bad." In this video, Duthy talks about how commentary YouTube has become overly repetitive and many creators are relying more on reaction-style content. She argues that commentators focus more on buzzwords or make obvious critiques and describes this type of commentary as surface level. In a nutshell, Duthy argues that commentary has lost rhetorical depth and intentionality. Duthy took down the original upload of this video, but she re-uploaded it with some slight modifications from the original upload, and an added clip where she explains why she took the video down in the first place, indirectly calling out bigger creators, claiming that they had intimidated her and pressured her into deleting the video.
Commentary YouTube is becoming slop. This video was taken down because I learned that large commentary creators had shared my video in their group chat and apparently got very upset about being criticized. As a small creator, this was obviously very intimidating. These people have a lot more money, connections, and followers than I do. I was asked to change my thumbnail. I was even asked by a featured commentary creator to unlist the video at only 3,000 views. I'm re-uploading this video that I spent 8 months on to implore you, the viewer, to watch this and form your own opinion. Was I too harsh, or are commentary YouTubers scared that people are waking up to slop content?
The video now sits at over 850k views, and I do recommend watching it before watching this video so you have the full context. Duthy opens her video by claiming that commentary YouTube has become slop, which is a pretty bold statement to say right off the bat, and already sets a condescending tone for this video. Duthy does make some good arguments, but her delivery misses the mark and is misleading. She also contradicts herself many times throughout the video, making the overall message confusing. She claims that the commentary genre on YouTube has become formulaic and repetitive, and says that commentary has now become a collective whining. And no, not my island gal whining. Whining as in complaining. But her entire video is exactly that. And it's so contradictory that I'm almost unsure if this is meant to be satire. She complains that creators approach every topic with lighthearted commentary and criticizes them for not actually providing a critical analysis. And the video she uses to back her point is one by the creator Mark Insco, where he's talking about the Kendall Jenner white tank top situation.
I'm sure we've all come across some video that promises to be some grand intellectual piece about the ification of an industrial complex, perhaps, but it ends up just being more reaction meme surface skimming lighthearted commentary instead of actual substance. I want to highlight a video that I think is a good example of this, and it's a classic overconsumption bad video essay.
It's called the viral Kendall Jenner tank top, the Kendall Jenner viral tank top. It's just a white Hanes tank top. This white tank top, that's the trend of the summer, according to TikTok. And you needed Kylie Jenner to put you onto Hanes tank tops. You needed a celebrity influencer to put you onto the concept of a tank top.
I noticed that the creator wasn't really saying anything of substance, but just playing TikToks and repeating the same 4 talking points over and over again.
She says that Mark implied at the beginning of his video that he was going to provide a deep analysis, but then didn't really provide any commentary. But the thing is, Mark never claimed that he was going to provide a deep analysis. And does this topic even deserve a deep analysis? She labels content creators like this as surface skimmers. According to her, they don't say anything, and she continues to imply that deeper analysis is inherently better than lighthearted entertainment. She says that Mark stays on the surface of the white tank top situation and criticizes him for not analyzing it further.
Seeing this inability to cover topics, whether it be Kendall Jenner's tank top or political dog whistles, with the depth and nuance they warrant is not only a hallmark of surface skimming commentary content, but indicative of the lost art of rhetoric. Rhetoric is our ability to take these silly TikToks of Kendall Jenner, our complex thoughts and emotions on the subject, societal trends, and synthesize all of that into a comprehensive, persuasive piece that says something of substance. Like writing a quality essay in school, it's a real writing skill, and a rhetorical piece takes time to write. When a commentary YouTuber says, "let's go deeper," he plays another surface level TikTok about tank tops. that isn't going deeper, it's going wider. There are so many angles within this topic. The gentrification of a white tank top, the origins of celebrity worship, whose body determines what's trendy.
But then later in the video, Duthy says content creators choose trivial topics to specifically nitpick and pull criticisms out of the ether to make that topic seem more profound.
I think the genre also suffers from the opposite problem, where people talk about something completely inconsequential like it's the most important thing in the world.
So, which is it? You're giving mixed messages here. She says that the art of rhetorical analysis is dead and that creators lack the ability to provide critical commentary. But not every video has to provide a critical analysis for it to be considered good. Duthy's definition of good commentary is too narrow. She assigns a hierarchy to the commentary genre, placing critical analyses at the top. But this definition completely ignores the fact that video essays or critical commentary aren't the only types of content that can fit into the commentary genre. Commentary can include deep analysis, mid-level critiques, or lighthearted reaction-style content. And the subgenre that a creator falls into doesn't indicate if the content is good or bad. If you don't like it, then maybe it's not for you. Her criticizing this contradicts another one of her points, that creators will often engage in bad faith commentary, intentionally picking apart things like bad movies or kids content, even though the creator might not be the intended audience.
A bad faith argument is defined as someone purposefully missing the point in order to make someone or something look bad. This style of commentary is what I call not for you or bad faith commentary, where the commentator will react to something clearly not made for them. Children's content, spicy books, romances made for teen girls, and pick it apart almost hyper-literally.
But then, isn't that what she's doing here? There are plenty of creators that do deep analyses, critical think pieces, and video essays. But the creators that she's choosing to pick apart have never claimed that that's the intention behind their content. Like, for real, are you telling me that Chad needs to make video essays in order for her content to be considered good? Duthy's tone throughout this entire video is condescending, patronizing, and unnecessarily harsh, labeling anything that doesn't fit her definition of good commentary as slop. And that's unfair. To her, content that makes you think is a valid and true form of art. But the experience of watching content is just as important. Not everyone wants to sit there and think and think and think. God knows we do that too much. So heaven forbid, sometimes we just want to sit down, watch a silly video with silly commentary, and laugh along with the creator. She further insults these creators by saying that, in her opinion, these individuals lack the skills necessary to deliver rhetoric. But sometimes that's just not the creator's point. A lot of the creators that Duthy indirectly references in her videos, like Chad, Jarvis Johnson, Curtis Connor, clearly all work very hard on their content to deliver a product to their audience that makes them laugh. It's feel-good commentary. It's lighthearted. And is that so bad? It's like criticizing a late-night comedian delivering a monologue that touches on political topics for not providing a policy analysis. Duthy criticizes creators for saying the obvious and making unoriginal points, but sometimes there's just nothing deeper to get into without insulting the viewer's intelligence. She criticizes creators for talking about the same topics over and over again, but a lot of viewers enjoy watching the same topics, but from different creators, because every creator has a different perspective, commentary, and style of humor. So even if the subject is the same, the experience isn't. She consistently ignores the fact that many viewers watch creators that they know share a similar worldview as them. I mean, naturally, viewers gravitate towards creators that they know they share perspectives with. So when criticizing things like AI slop, there's an unspoken understanding that the creator knows it's ridiculous and the audience knows it's ridiculous, so there's no need to provide a critical analysis. Let's just laugh about it together. And I don't see the issue with that. That type of content is just as important. A lot of these creators rely on YouTube as a full-time job and as their only source of income to sustain themselves. So sometimes they do have to push out content as quickly as they can, but I'm not sure that it's fully fair to only blame creators for that, because I think the issue is the algorithm and of course our capitalistic society. Duthy's tagline is,
On this channel, it's always that deep.
But if you examine everything with the same critical lens, then by comparison, nothing really feels like it matters. Treating a ridiculous influencer crash out with the same critical lens as topics that actually deserve that perspective, frankly, makes you sound extraordinarily obnoxious, and you're undermining your credibility. Because if you're finding problems with everything, then your opinions hold less weight. The whole video is filled with contradictions. She says commentators don't provide deep enough analysis, and then in the same breath will complain when creators are too critical. She says creators choose content to criticize in bad faith, knowing that they aren't the intended audience, but then uses the entire video to on creators who create content where she clearly isn't the intended audience. The whole video feels so elitist. It felt like she was just dictating what type of content people should enjoy, and if you didn't enjoy it, you're unintelligent or lack critical thinking skills. I don't think that's the message that she's trying to convey, but that's the impression that it's giving. She has every right to deliver critique however she wants. Creators should be open to criticism, but it also matters how you deliver that criticism. If you're gonna go around calling creators' content slop on videos they probably worked very hard on just because it doesn't meet your threshold of quality work, then you can't be shocked when those same creators are upset by your harsh judgment. I mean, what do you expect? And yes, there are people who put out really low effort content just for the clicks and views, but to apply that to everyone is unfair and disingenuous. I know that there are a lot of people out there who just don't have the mental capacity right now to consume deep content. And there are many creators who just aren't interested in creating content like that. But that doesn't mean their work is poor quality or less valuable. Sometimes content is just not meant for you. And that's okay. But I do think it's important we recognize that not everything needs a deep analysis and not everything needs to be overly intellectual. Sometimes content is just funny, sometimes entertaining, sometimes it's just easy to watch. In a world where everything feels so heavy, where we're bombarded with daily news cycles that feel borderline apocalyptic, I think it's fine that people want to talk about stupid things like bad movies or an influencer crashing out about something ridiculous. Because sometimes that's just exactly what we need. Editing Goosey Lou here. I just wanted to cut in really quick and add a couple things that I feel like I didn't make very clear. I agree with Duthy in that there are these commentary grifters out there. They'll just record themselves watching a TikTok compilation and put the bare minimum effort to make their videos entertaining. I think her outro is also very well said.
Transparently, these creators can make a lot of money. At the end of the day, they may not act like it, but they are rich influencers profiting from your attention, and influencer fatigue can apply to these people as well. Take a break from their content and even take a break from my content if you feel it doesn't serve you. But a big theme on my channel is thinking and using your brain. If you like them as people, if it's what you listen to as you brush your teeth, and if you're burnt out from the news cycle and need some levity, commentary's fine. I made that point in my original upload. But you do have the right to think and the right to ask, do I have any problems with this? And to any commentary creators watching this upset about my original video, wondering what my intentions are with this upload, I'm not trying to destroy or replace you or network with your enemies. I don't know where this idea that criticism is hate was born. Criticism doesn't need some weird ulterior motive. My intentions with this channel have always been to create an audience of critically thinking people. It would be easier if the critics just kept things to themselves, but I'll continue to be the person who criticizes my favorite books, my favorite artists, and the genre that I'm a part of, because on this channel, it's always that deep.
But my biggest frustration with this video is that she made good points, but they were unsubstantiated. Because the examples she pulled, I felt like didn't really back her points very well. Kind of like her bad faith argument. She misrepresented the videos that she did choose as examples, which directly undermines her credibility, to me at least. This video had potential to be really good. It's just that the execution came off as pretentious, elitist, and condescending. And if you're gonna try persuading people, you have to make yourself credible. And I think that's the biggest shortcoming. But to her credit, she did get people talking. So I'll give her that. Mark Insco actually did put out a video response to Duthy, which I recommend watching because he makes some good points. And funnily enough, I actually had recorded this voiceover before I had watched Mark's video. And as I was watching his video, he was making so many points that I had made originally in my first attempt at making this voiceover, literally down to the Jimmy Kimmel reference. I mean, it was so incredibly similar that I chose to re-record the voiceover because I didn't want anyone to think I was plagiarizing. So either I don't have a single original thought in my bird brain, I'm secretly Mark, or I'm actually incredibly intelligent. I'm gonna choose to believe the latter, and y'all better tell me how smart I am in the comments. But yes, please watch Mark Insco's video. He does a better job probably than I ever could. Again, I think that Duthy had good intentions behind making this video, and perhaps I'm misunderstanding some of her points. I do know that she does acknowledge that sometimes people do just want to consume easily accessible content, but a true understanding of that point didn't really seem to translate. translate in her video. This is no hate to Duthy. Everyone has a right to their opinion, and perhaps we just won't agree on this. But what did y'all think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see y'all in the next one.